King of Beers presents the King of Sports. So now sit back and enjoy soccer at its best. Brought to you by Budweiser.
Brought to you by Rolaids. It consumes 47 times its weight in excess stomach acid. Brought to you by the 1978 Volkswagen Bus, the official team bus of the California Surf. It's more fun to take the bus. Brought to you by the Coca-Cola Company and your local Coca-Cola bottler. Coke adds life to the thrill of soccer. Toyota, official car of the California Surf, hopes you'll enjoy tonight's game. You asked for it, you got it. Toyota.
From Giant Stadium on the Meadowlands of East Rutherford, New Jersey, it's Soccer 78 featuring the California Surf against the Cosmos. Hello there, everybody. I'm Gil Stratton. With me is Dick Calvert. And Dick, the Cosmos have an incredible record. As you can hear this huge crowd in the background, they have won 22 consecutive games. However, the only team in the NASL to beat the Cosmos twice last year was the California Surf when they were based in St. Louis.
Not only that, they got their work cut out for them tonight. We have about at least six California Surf players either playing or on the bench with injuries. So in front of this big crowd against the #1 team in the North American Soccer League, it's going to be a rough night, but I think they may be able to do it.
All right, and we'll be back with the starting lineups after this.
Here comes the king, here comes the big #1. Budweiser beer, the king is second to none. Just say Budweiser, you've said it all. Here comes the king of beer, so lift your glass, let's hear the call. Budweiser beer's the one that's leading the rest.
When you say Bud,
and Beechwood aging makes it beer at its best.
when you say Bud, one taste will tell you so loud and clear. There's only one Budweiser beer, there's only one Budweiser beer. When you say Bud, there's nothing left you can say. When you say Bud, the king is right on his way. When you say Bud, the king is coming. Let's hear the call. When you say Bud, you said it all. When you say Bud, you said it all.
Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Did you hear what the weatherman say? It's time for a Coke, it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day.
Is it hot where you are? It's cool where we are. Ice cold Coca-Cola.
Coke is life, Coca-Cola is life.
Volkswagen's proud that the VW bus is the official team bus of the California Surf. And your participating Volkswagen dealer is a big booster of California Surf soccer. Come on into his VW showroom and learn all about his soccer clinics and California Surf Stars autograph sessions. He'll show you soccer films and give you a free pro soccer guide. Visit your Volkswagen dealer where it's go, Surf, go!
Enter the Volkswagen shootout at these participating dealers and win a 1978 Rabbit.
The starting lineup for the California Surf. In goal will be #1, John Jackson. The defenders will be #2, Ray Evans, 19, Len Rennery, Peter Wall is #4, and Joe Clark is #20. At midfield, Malcolm Lord, #6, Bob O'Leary, #5, and #12, Al Trost. Up front on the forward line, Manuel Cuenca, #7, Danny Counts, #9, and Steve David, #14. We'll be back for the kickoff in just a minute.
You know, if we were smart, we'd ride the range in comfort.
You ask for it, the Toyota SR5 long bed sport truck with all the comforts of home on the range. Inside, you'll find plenty of wide open spaces for long legs and tall hats. You'll get good old reliable starting thanks to the fully transistorized ignition. Then give her head. Put Toyota's 5 speeds to work and watch the herd of horses in the 2.2-liter engine get you up to a gallop in no time. And she'll run a long time on a little bit of feed. Put this Toyota through her paces. The wide radial ply tires and quick steering make her sure-footed and easy to handle. And she'll stop on a dime thanks to the power-assisted front disc brakes. So if you're looking for a smart truck, it makes good horse sense to get a Toyota truck.
You ask for it, you got it, Toyota.
The Cosmos kicked off, but the Surf has just taken the ball away from them. The California Surf now has it taken away in turn by Bogasevich as he steals it away from Manuel Cuenca. Formoso now back at his own 18-yard box, passing up to Terry Garbett, who in turn sends it back to Nelsie Moraes. We'll pick up the Cosmos starting lineup for you as we go along. Moraes bringing the ball up to midfield, sending it ahead to Dennis Tuert and intercepted by Steve David. David over to Al Trost and back to Peter Wall, who serves a long ball, intercepted this time by Formoso. Then to Garbett. Garbett back to Giuseppe Wilson. Wilson over to Carlos Alberto. Up on the right wing side to Nelsie Moraes. Sending it ahead, Peter Wall racing after it, so is Moraes. Moraes goes flying over the ball. The ball is lying there loose, and Moraes is a little bit slow getting up, and the referee, who happens to be Marjan Rouse, over there having a few words with Peter Wall, the assistant coach and captain, and a free kick has been awarded.
You can see the replay here. Peter really doesn't touch much of him. A little bit of the ankle. Pretty good act on the behalf of the Cosmos.
There's the cross and caught there by John Jackson as Jacko sends the ball deep up field all the way to the 18-yard line almost, and Steve David trying to get underneath it as he was pushed away, or was he pushed? They say that Steve David did the pushing there on Wilson.
Steve got his shoulder inside Wilson and did a little pushing off, but the Surf have the ball back, and they'll start up on their attack once again.
Malcolm Lord's pass intercepted. Garbett now feeding it over to Moraes on the right wing side. Moraes having trouble keeping his footing there as he goes down along with Danny Counts. For the Cosmos, Jack Brand is in goal in place of Errol Yassin. The defenders are Nelsie Moraes, 3, Giuseppe Wilson, 23, Carlos Alberto, number 5, and Santiago Formoso. The midfielders, Terry Garbett, number 14, Franz Beckenbauer, number 6, and Vladislav Bogasevich, number 8. And the forwards, Dennis Tuert, number 7. There was some doubt as to whether or not he would start in this game due to an injury. Giorgio Canaglia, the leading scorer in the North American Soccer League, wears number 9, and Steve Hunt is number 11. So there you have the starting lineup for both teams as Steve David steals it away over to Cuenca. Manuel Cuenca with the ball for the California Surf. He's marked there by Bogasevich. Then out to Malcolm Lord, who takes a shot. It's deflected, and it goes over the goal line. And I think we're going to have a corner kick. It was last touched by a Cosmo player. That is the indication, and that's what it's going to be. It'll be a corner from the far corner.
Ball deflected off number 3. The number 3 being Nelsie Moraes as the ball was shot outside by Malcolm Lord. So the Surf have the first corner of this game. It'll be Manuel Cuenca in the attacking left quadrant.
Plays it short out to Joey Clark just outside of the box. Joey Clark marked by Tuert, so he sends it back to Cuenca. Then to O'Leary, but it's stolen away, and here comes Canaglia. Giorgio Canaglia losing the ball to Peter Wall at midfield. Malcolm Lord starts the attack back up the field now for the California Surf, passing it over to Ray Evans. Ray Evans crosses it into Steve David. Battle in the air for it. Finally, it is Formoso, and now Bogasevich with the ball, playing it up this time to Hunt. Steve Hunt, a long lead pass for Canaglia, who is offside, way offside. And the linesman across the way has his flag up. And the Surf will have a free kick.
Giorgio Canaglia with 23 goals, 11 assists on the year. That's good for 57 points. Right now, that's one less than the 58 that led the league last year by our own California Surf owned Steve David.
Back to Peter Wall now. Len Rennery points to play it back to John Jackson, and that's exactly what he does. Jackson again feeding it up to the skipper. Peter Wall, who serves it upfield for Steve David. Steve couldn't quite control that one. Now Garbett getting into the act. Steve David is there, and we have a free kick awarded to the Cosmos, and they take it quickly. Formoso now. Formoso playing it over to Moraes over on the far side. Nelsie Moraes leaves it there for Beckenbauer. And here's the Kaiser now. Puts a good through ball there to Bogasevich and over to Garbett. Garbett passing onto the right wing side to Moraes. Moraes taken down there by Al Trost. Over to Bogusevic at the 18. Bogusevic passing it into the corner to Garbett. Garbett still with it just at the edge of the box. There's the cross into the middle to Tuert. The Surf claiming a handball there, but the referee said play on. No whistle. And the ball comes back out to midfield now. Played over onto the right wing side, over to Garbett. Garbett coming inside of the Surf 35-yard line. Sends the ball in, trying to get it into Canaglia. Giorgio trying to get a shot away. And finally, Ray Evans kicks it over the goal line. He's going to give up a corner kick on this, but that appeared to be the smart thing to do at that juncture.
Looked like Ray had a little indecision at the time whether he was going to clear it out of the area or kick it back over the end line. And nonetheless, he did, and that's what we got coming up the corner.
Steve Hunt on the corner. Up into the air it goes now. Headed ahead by Wilson. Over to Tuert. Tuert taking a shot up into the air. Joey Clark heads it over to Peter Wall. Wall getting it up to O'Leary, or trying to. Yeah, Bobby's got it. Bob O'Leary now plays upfield for Danny Counson. Here comes the counterattack by the California Surf. Great pass over there to Manuel Cuenca. In front, he chips it in. But I believe he was offside. Yes, he was offside by a stride. It was tremendous counter there. Tremendous counter by the Surf. Let's take another look.
We'll take another look at this, and you're right, Gil, a tremendous counter. There's the ball, the last part of that play to Cuenca, and what a great little chip he did on Jack Brand. However, to no avail, as Manuel, the little matador, was offsides on the play.
Tuert now playing it back to Moraes. Moraes back to Tuert. Tuert going by Joe Clark, but Al Trost comes in to help out and sends it back to Peter Wall. Peter Wall starting up toward the center circle with the ball. He's talking. Puts a nice through ball to Danny Counts at the 18 or 20 or 35-yard line. Counts still with the ball at the 18. Takes a shot. It was blocked by Carlos Alberto.
And once again, the referee is calling an offsides, this time on Steve David as he came in from the left side. Steve David was called offsides by referee Marjan Ross. That's the Yugoslav. He has refereed on about 3 occasions during California Surf action this year. He's new to the league this year.
There's Beckenbauer putting a through ball to Canaglia, intercepted by Peter Wall.
You know, Gil, the California Surf players to a man, they're really up for this game. You know, it's a big thrill to come into this great stadium and play against what is termed the best team in the North American Soccer League by most people.
Cuenca over to Evans. Evans trying to get the cross into the middle, trying to get it over to Danny Counts, couldn't do it. Formoso now kicking it out to midfield, out to Steve Hunt, played back by Ray Evans, headed by Malcolm Lord. Crossover on the far side. Here comes Garbett now leading the charge for the Cosmos. Terry Garbett leaves it there for Bogusevic. Bogusevic crossing it into the penalty area. Glenn Rennery knocks it down, and it's played back to Jackson.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is sponsored in part by Toyota, the official car of the California Surf. You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
Danny Counts intercepting that heading exhibition going on between two Cosmos players. Then Manuel Cuenca pops it up in the air with a header, tries to control the ball, but Formoso has it, and Formoso plays it back to the goalkeeper, Jack Brand.
Taking a look at Giant Stadium, that is the official name of this stadium here in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. It's an AstroTurf field. The capacity here is 76,891, but they have had more soccer fans here. It's 70 yards wide by 110 long.
This is Bogusevic now. They call him Bogey here for obvious reasons. He plays it into the middle to Hunt. Hunt looking. Tries to get a through ball to Tuert. Tuert now just outside of the box at the top of the D. Al Trost battling with him, and then he runs into Len Rennery there. And we're going to have a handball, I believe, was the call.
They're going to call a handball on Peter Wall on that exchange out in front there, just outside the area. When the ball came back to Peter, it did brush up against his hand, so it's a free kick, a direct free kick for the Cosmos.
And a 5-man wall. Beckenbauer takes it and right into the arms of John Jackson.
They're going to retake the kick because the referee is claiming that the Surf wall, the defensive wall, which must be 10 yards from the point of the spot of the ball, was not 10 yards. So Beckenbauer, Durkaiser over the ball once again for the direct free kick.
He tries to chip this time, and it goes wide to the right of the goal, and that's going to be a goal kick. So with no score in the game, we'll have more soccer action after this.
the day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Welcome home.
So just say, bud.
Just say bud.
And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of bud is like an easy chair. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
Just say bud.
When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
Welcome home. When you say Budweiser.
Welcome home.
No score in the game here at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Cosmos in white going from right to left across your television dials. The California Surf wearing their surf blue uniforms. Is Garbett now, marked closely there by Peter Wall. And the ball goes over the goal line, and that's going to be a goal kick coming up. No, it's going to be a corner kick. Peter Wall was the last one to touch it, and so it'll be a corner for the Cosmos. This will be their second corner from the far corner this time. Steve Hunt took one from the near corner. This is Garbett. Garbett's cross up into the air, and Rennery wins this ball as it comes out to Wilson at midfield. Wilson sending it over to, well, he's trying to get it to Garbett, but instead it goes all the way out of bounds and a quick throw in by the Surf.
You know, this is the first and only scheduled meeting of these two teams in 1978. Last season, the Surf, then the St. Louis Stars, was a real problem team for the Cosmos. St. Louis was the only team to beat New York twice. And it happened on May 1st. They defeated them 3-2 in overtime, and then again on June 23rd at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, a 2-0 defeat at the hands of the St. Louis Stars. By the way, there were 32,605 fans to witness this franchise defeat of the Cosmos last year. And we do have one final in, a very important final from around the league. The San Diego Sockers were annihilated by the New England T-Men, 6-0 this afternoon in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Incidentally, we'll be in Foxborough with the California Surf next Sunday, a week from today. Beyond the air is Len Rennery going into Giorgio Canaglia, and he draws a word of warning from the referee as Steve Hunt brings the ball downfield for the Cosmos, getting over to Canaglia. Canaglia takes a shot. He did not have all the steam or mustard on that one, and Jackson had no trouble pulling it in.
Now we'll take another look at Giorgio Canaglia, known affectionately as the trigger on the Cosmo gun. He'll let it rip anytime he can get near it, and he is a real ball hunter around that penalty area. But they did call Giorgio for an offsides. The Surf retaliated with a free kick, and now they're on the attack.
As the ball goes down to the Cosmos end, Moraes goes after it. Nelson Moraes playing it out to Carlos Alberto, former Brazilian teammate of the great Pelé. This is Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer serves it over to Hunt.
You can see number 6, Franz Beckenbauer, the Kaiser, in the middle of the park. And if they let him roam free, he'll try to create
great skill that time by Bogusevic there to control that ball. And I mean, he was marked closely, headed over by Joey Clark. Tuart has it just outside of the penalty box now. Dennis Tuart makes a move trying to get by Clark. His cross is pulled down by Jackson, and Jacko really got that one down in good shape.
John Jackson started tonight in goal with a 1.60 goal against average. John doesn't have any shutouts this year, but he's a co-owner with 7 shutouts for a season. That happened last year. He's had 39 saves and played 450 minutes. Jacko, the veteran Englishman, in goal.
Tried to play long ball that time up to Steve David, but Carlos Alberto intercepted it. Now it comes to Giuseppe Wilson. Wilson over to Garbett. Terry serves it down the right wing side to Moraes, who is overlapping there. Moraes coming across the 35. Canaglia trying to get by Len Rennery. And we're going to have another corner kick for the Cosmos.
Corner kick, Cosmos.
This time it'll be Dennis Tuart to take it. It's unusual, Dick, watching the Cosmos. They've had 3 corner kicks and 3 different men have taken them.
Exactly.
Hunt heads the ball over the bar, and it'll be a goal kick now coming up for the...
They're going to give another corner kick, Gil. They say that it was the Surf player that went up with Dennis, or excuse me, Steve Hunt, that touched the ball. So once again, the Cosmos will bring it in from the right side.
Tuart. Ray Evans knocks it up into the seats across the way.
Speaking of Ray Evans, Ray playing tonight with some problems with his thigh. We've got quite a hospital report on this surf team, and the Cosmos are not without their injury problems.
There was some question whether or not Dennis Tuert was going to play tonight, but he not only is playing, but just has been awarded a free kick. Moraes is going to take it. Up into the air, the header by Steve Hunt going a bit awry. It'll be a throw-in by the Cosmos. Lukashevich now playing it out to Alberto. Alberto gets it into Tuert. Tuert tries across, hits the outside of the net. Hit the outside, and that will be a goal kick coming up for the California Surf.
And you can see John Jackson tangled up in that net as he's moving from one side of that post to the other side. 192 square feet in that goal area. Those goalkeepers have to keep busy, especially when you're playing against a team like the Cosmos that'll shoot every time they get downfield.
Joey Clark bringing the ball upfield now for the Surf. Clark playing it back to Len Rennery. And the Orange Destroyer, who is a former Cosmo player, by the way, and also went to school at Columbia. Takes a long shot, goes up into the air, but Beckenbauer got there first. Now it's over to Garbett. Garbett sends it over to Steve Hunt. Hunt back to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer challenged there by Altrost, passing it in the middle to Bogachevich. Bogachevich plays it back to Formoso, and Formoso back to the goalkeeper. You know, the Surf was 0-4 on the artificial turf so far this year, but they have had 2 days of practice here at Giant Stadium, and you can see that they've adjusted quite well, Dick.
Not only that, they are marking extremely well. They're really doing a man-to-man job on the Cosmos. Coach John Sewell has assigned just about every man a man to mark, as opposed to zone-type marking, and you can see the man-to-man coverage once the Cosmos gain possession of the ball.
Malcolm Lord, a good ball over to Altrost. Altrost trying to get around Wilson. Can't do it. Plays it over to Cuenca. And Cuenca's pass to Ray Evans. Here's the cross by Evans. It's a little bit long. Danny Counts going for it. Garbett gets there first. Garbett now trying to control it. It goes over the goal line. Let's see. Is it going to be a corner kick or a goal kick? I think it's going to be a corner. Yep. So the Surf will have their corner from the far side. They've got Steve David down there at the edge of the 6-yard box. Now Danny Counts going inside.
And that's Little Matador.
Cuenca to take it. It's an in-swinger. And Steve David got his head on it, but it went over the crossbar. Oh, a tough break for Steve David and the Surf.
Marvelous opportunity as Steve David had a run on the ball and got all of it with his head. He had some space, but too high over the top of the crossbar.
Garbett now bringing the ball upfield for the Cosmos. Plays it ahead to Beckenbauer. Great skill by the former captain of the West German World Cup champions of 4 years ago. Moraes back to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer to Formoso. Formoso coming right up the middle. Lays it off to Steve Hunt on the left side, and Hunt can't get to it. Ball goes over the end line, and we've got a goal kick coming up. So with no score in the game, we'll have more soccer action after this.
Bring on the food. Coke will make it taste real good. Like a picnic should. Come to the cookout, the weather is clear. When the fire's hot and everyone's here. Coke-Ad's life, everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola, Coke-Ad's life.
It's always more fun to take the bus. The new Volkswagen bus. There's a big sliding door and a handy rear cargo hatch. And the Volkswagen bus can haul more people and more things than any station wagon made anywhere in the world. In fact, it's hard to imagine just how much your Volkswagen bus can carry. An amazing amount of gear. How much is that? Believe it or not, this much.
All right, back to the action now as the Surf plays defensively, and Peter Wall played it back to John Jackson, and Jackson rolls it back to Peter Wall. You know, just a year ago, the Surf had an identical record of 10-11 and came into the Cosmos game off a one-game loss to Chicago, just as it happened last Wednesday in Chicago, and the Sting blanked the Surf 1-0. So whether or not history will repeat, because the Surf at that time came in to beat the Cosmos here at Giant Stadium. Steve Hunt trying to keep the ball inbounds, and did he? No. It'll be a throw-in. The stands are so close down in that corner from our vantage point up here, which is a marvelous spot. You just can't quite see the actual edge of the line. Steve David now with the ball. He goes down over Wilson. And the Surf will have the free kick.
Steve David playing on a little bit of a tender ankle. You can see Steve David starting his dribble, trying to go between two Cosmo players as he starts to turn to his left. Gets the ball by, but is dumped by the defender. Steve David playing on a
Ray
so
Evans
good ankle.
Offside against the Surf, so a free kick given to the Cosmos, and they put it into play. Canaglia trying to go by Rennery. He heel kicks it back to Carlos Alberto, but Bob O'Leary was there, and Bobby now plays it up to Malcolm Lord at midfield. Malcolm Lord starts the counterattack now for the Surf as their buildup begins, coming across the 35-yard line. Trying to get it into the box to Cuenca. Cuenca losing the ball momentarily. Now O'Leary has it. O'Leary back out to Malcolm Lord. Malcolm Lord chips it in, trying to get it to Danny Counts, but he's offside. Offside for the Surf, and a free kick given to the Cosmos.
New wrinkle tonight, John Sewell has moved Sir Malcolm Lord into the midfield center position, or the center half position, if you will. Bobby O'Leary playing on the outside right.
Bogachevic serves a nice ball over to Garbett. Garbett sending it ahead to Moraes overlapping, and Moraes overruns the ball, and Joey Clark sends it up the left wing side for Steve David. Steve David, the Trinidad Torch, now turning on the speed, cutting toward the edge of the penalty box, trying to get by Alberto. Garbett tackles the ball away from him. And the big crowd here, I would estimate somewhere in the neighborhood of 40,000, showing their vocal appreciation to a good defensive play by their Cosmos. Bogachevic now right into the middle to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer shoots, and Jackson just does get a piece of it.
There he is, Dirk Kaiser. And you can see this again. Watch the action on his foot and watch how that ball comes off. Considered one of the best players, if not the best in the game. There it is, and it's ripped.
Another shot taken, and again Jackson makes an acrobatic save. Oh, John Jackson has been tested on two tremendous shots here in the last 20 seconds.
John Jackson's going to get his work tonight. This club has scored 61 goals on the year so far.
Here's Hunt's corner kick now out in the middle. Bogachevic volleys it over the top of the crossbar, and we've got a goal kick coming up for the Surf. So with no score in the game, we'll have more soccer action after this.
Here's hope for gardeners who've been waiting for something tasty to come up. You've been facing the same problems growers always have. But over the years, Chevron has come up with a lot of things to help. Things to make dry soils drink up, to make seedlings strong, to make crops get up and grow. Today, new ideas are blossoming out of Chevron, helping a hungry world grow better. That, too, is the Chevron way.
How does America spell relief?
In Oregon, for acid indigestion, we spell relief R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Rolaids spells relief. In this test with Rolaids active ingredient, laboratory acid changes color to prove Rolaids consumes 47 times its weight in excess stomach acid. How does America spell relief?
In Nashville, for gas or heartburn, we spell it R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
All over America, Rolaids spells relief.
All right, back to the action. Garbett now sending it over to the right wing side to Dennis Tuart. Dennis Tuart coming toward the penalty area now, trying to get around Joey Clark. Peter Wall comes in to help out, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Cosmos, deep down in Surf territory. Just moments ago at the other end of the field, Jack Brand, the goalkeeper, came out with the ball in his arms and ran right into Al Trost. Watch this now. Watch this collision. Here it is. Boom. And believe it or not, Mr. Rouse called a foul against, guess who?
Trost.
Al Trost, right.
Unbelievable.
Here's Steve David now with the ball, playing it up to Cuenca, or rather to Malcolm Lord. Tackled away, and a nice play by Wilson, but sent right back up. Bogachevic now knocking it down, getting it over to Franz Beckenbauer. Here comes the Kaiser now through the center circle. Over to Hunt. Hunt back into the middle to Carlos Alberto. Alberto takes a long shot on one hop right at Jackson. Before the game, we were talking to captain and assistant coach Peter Wall of the Surf and asked him, as a veteran, is playing the #1 team in the league anything special?
Yeah, well, I think this is the big game of the season as far as we're concerned. It's you're playing against world-class players, and obviously there's going to be a big crowd here. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, that's going to lift me. I like the big crowds, the big atmosphere, and I hope it works the same way for all the other guys.
All right, you were listening to Peter Wall as the ball comes to Ray Evans now. Ray Evans, there's his cross, trying to get into Steve David, but Carlos Alberto heads it out of there. And we had an offside against the Surf, and they will have a free kick. The Cosmos will. Alberto playing it out to Moraes. Moraes to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer marked by O'Leary. Sends it back to Terry Garbett. Garbett over to Moraes. Danny Count staying right with his man, and Moraes took a pretty good dive there, but he drew a free kick. Canania over to Bogachevich.
Excuse me, Gil. I'm just going to say that Moraes, of course, from the Santos Club in Brazil, known for the great Pelé, as you had mentioned earlier. Got a couple of Brazilians on his club. Carlos Alberto from the Flamengo Club in Brazil.
Bob O'Leary now brings the ball across the 35 over to Danny Counts. Danny Counts sends it into the penalty box, but it's headed out of there by Giuseppe Wilson. Now Cuenca up in the air to Malcolm Lord. Malcolm was trying to get it over to Steve David that time. Steve overran the ball. Now Garbett has to go back to collect this one for the Cosmos. Garbett and Counts, and again a direct free kick awarded against Danny Counts.
We'll take another look at this foul. Let you determine if Margene Ross feels that Danny Counts cut the Cosmo man off.
Bogachevich now back to Canaglia. Bogey to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer serves it over to Steve Hunt on the left wing side. Steve Hunt trying to get around Ray Evans. Now Manuel Cuenca coming in to help out, but his pass intercepted by Hunt. Hunt gets it over to Canaglia. Out it comes to Tuart. Tuart into the penalty box, lets one fly, and it is wide of its mark. It is no good, no good. We have a goal kick coming up.
We can take another look at Dennis Tuart's penetration into the area from the right-hand side. That's Joey Clark marking him, and his shot was wide of the near post. Dennis Tuart coming into this game. He's played 1,009 minutes so far since he's come over from Manchester City in England, and he's got 8 goals, 7 assists for 23 points, and they certainly are a high-scoring aggregation, they being the Cosmos.
O'Leary losing the ball now to Garbett, who tackles it and stays right with it. Terry Garbett back to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer ahead to Canaglia. Canaglia's pass intercepted there by Len Rennery, who plays it back to Jackson. Good defensive play by the Orange Destroyer that time for the California Surf. Remember, the Surf will play back here in the East next Tuesday night, July the 4th, at Philadelphia. That game will be on radio with Dave Green starting at 5 p.m. LA time, and Dick and I will be back on the tube. There's a shot taken that is wide to the right, just wide, and Jack Brand goes back to collect it. We'll be on the tube next Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time from New England on KHJ Channel 9 with the New England T-Men, the team that destroyed the San Diego Sockers today by a score of 6-0. Tuart now, marked by Trost. Garbett back to Tuart. Tuart sends a through ball for Wilson. Wilson, beautiful through ball there, but it goes right back to Jackson, and Jackson flings it out onto the left wing side over to Peter Wall. Now here come the Surf back up the field. Boy, I tell you, there's been action at both ends.
Very fast-paced game out here. Cosmos will force it fast-paced with their constant attacking, and the Surf have not been without a good attack tonight. They have been moving the ball down into the half of the Cosmos.
Danny Counts running out of space, so he plays it back to Al Trost at the corner of the box. His cross goes across the mouth of the goal, and Jack Brand gets a fresh ball to put into play. So, with no score in the game, we'll have more soccer action after this.
Sorry I'm late, Professor, but my car?
My good man, if you were smart, you'd get a car you could depend on.
You asked for it, the dependable Toyota Corolla two-door sedan. An easy starting, fully transistorized ignition. A smart, tough engine that's easy on gas. And Toyota's lowest sticker price.
Toyota makes it easy to be smart.
A+.
You ask for it, you got it, Toyota.
The old-time Star Hamburger. It's new, new, new. Take a bite, start to savor the brand new Star with old-time flavor. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. Charbroiled beef taste coming through. Ketchup, mustard, onions too. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. At Carl's Jr. you've got taste.
The Cosmos on the attack, and Giorgio Canaglia went up to head that ball, and I think he hit his head on the crossbar.
Either he hit his head on the crossbar or the clearing kick by Joey Clark, and we'll take another look at this. Joey Clark's foot might have got him. You can see Dennis Stewart bringing it from the right side on the attack. That's Joey marking Dennis. Dennis crosses. Canaglia goes up with a header, saved momentarily, and there it is, a foot right in the face of Giorgio Canaglia as he went for the ball off the header.
Here's the corner kick, and Cuenca knocks it high up into the air. Let's see who's going to get it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw in by Santiago Formoso.
Santiago Formosa, yeah, right, from the United States, played last year in Connecticut for the Bicentennials.
Moraes passing it into the corner to Tuart. Joey Clark goes over to mark him there. Dennis Tuart, another one of those Cosmos instant millionaires, one of the great English stars.
Instant millionaires, I love it. Fans are very vocal here at Giant Stadium.
Garbett serves it into the penalty area. Malcolm Lord heads it out. O'Leary gets it over to Joey Clark, and Clark ahead to Al Trost. Al Trost running into traffic, passing it ahead. Foot race going on. Nelson Moraes gets there first. Moraes tackles the ball, goes down, but referee said play on this time. Al Trost and Terry Garbett now are... Oh, and Garbett pushed him from behind, and that should bring a yellow card. Pushing Al Trost down. Trost had made the foul.
If that doesn't bring a yellow card, then you'll not get one out of that referee tonight. Let's take another look at just exactly what happened. Terry Garbett and Al Trost. Trost working, trying to get the ball. He is marking Garbett. Garbett pulls up. Little contact. They get tangled up. Al still trying to go for the ball with his foot.
Here's Formoso taking a shot. It's wide to the left of the goal. Santiago Formoso, who had a pretty clear shot there if he could have just chipped it in, but he did not chip it in cleanly, and it went wide of the near post. It's a goal kick coming up for the Surf. No score in the game. 12:27 left to play in the first of two 45-minute halves from Giant Stadium. Dick Calvert, yours truly, Gil Stratton, sending the action your way as we watch John Jackson now let his teammates go upfield. Now he rolls it to Len Rennery. Rennery making a move to go by Hunt. Plays it up to O'Leary. O'Leary over to Ray Evans. And Ray Evans now bringing the ball upfield. Coming across the halfway line up to Danny Counts, and it's tackled out of bounds by Wilson. I don't know.
No, they're calling it the other way. I don't know. I'm not trying to get on the referee. His name is Marjan Ross. He's a Yugoslav. We've had him a couple of times on our telecast and also at the Big A in Anaheim. But sometimes I have a feeling he doesn't watch the same game we're watching.
This is Tuart with the ball. Sends it through, intercepted by Al Trost. Trost getting it ahead to Malcolm Lord. Malcolm Lord to Danny Counts. Counts to Steve David, and the Trinidad Torch has got the afterburner going now as he comes down, stops now just outside of the box, sends the cross into the middle, and Bogachevich heads this one out and out to the 35, where Dennis Tuart is bringing it upfield now for the Cosmos. Trying to get it to Canaglia. Canaglia and Len Rennery running into each other, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up, and Rennery can't believe the linesman.
On 2 or 3 occasions where it's been clearer that the Cosmos have been the last to hit the ball and it's gone out over either the end line or the touch line, the sidelines, if you will, they have given the ball to the Cosmos, but, you know, I guess it's turnaround, fair play.
Beckenbauer with a hard header that just misses the near post. Oh, a great header by the Kaiser that time. Now we've got a goal kick coming up.
That time the Cosmos took the corner kick from the attacking right side and crossed it deep outside in the area, and they let Beckenbauer run on it with a very strong header. The
Cosmos with a big edge in corner kicks. They've had 7 to only 2 for the Surf. As Jocko sends it up to midfield. Bogachevich knocking it down, getting it over to Canaglia. Canaglia serves it back to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer looking. Plays it to Terry Garbett. Garbett leaves it there for Tuart, and Tuart sends it back to Garbett. Garbett trying to go around Al Trost this time. Al's got the ball. He starts his run up, and he is pushed. And yes, we do get a free kick now.
Same 2 combatants that just a few minutes ago had a little tangle up in midfield play. This time it went over to the California Surf.
Malcolm Lord playing it on the left wing side to O'Leary. O'Leary gets it up to Al Trost, and here comes Captain America. Course to the overlapping Joey Clark, up into the air, and Formoso headed it out of there, and then Bogachevich feeding it over to Steve Hunt. Here comes Hunt. He's got a head of steam up, playing it ahead to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer trying to get by Peter Wall. Now Hunt's with the ball. He and Manuel Cuenca get down. Canaglia, and I'll tell you, it's rough down there right now. Here's Tuart. He takes the shot, and it is wide of its mark. And I think if Mr. Rouse doesn't start blowing that whistle and handing out some fouls, he's going to have a riot before this one is over. So with no score in the game, we'll have more soccer. Hold everything. Hold it. More soccer action after this.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Happy birthday.
When do you say Budweiser whenever the moment is right for a great beer?
Good for you.
Yeah, but it sure smells good. When do you say Budweiser?
After the corn, the chicken, and the black-eyed peas.
And try this for your person, sir.
Why, thank you.
When do you say Budweiser?
Honey, after a few hours in this kitchen, I can't form my mouth to say anything else. Ain't that the truth?
After the work is done, while you still having fun, anytime the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser?
Whenever I feel like a king.
Or when you say Budweiser, you have said it all.
Hey, we have seating 3 times this year.
All right, just seconds ago, Dennis Tuart was taken down in the penalty box, and the referee has indicated he's going to give a penalty kick.
And there you saw it on your screen. That is what they're calling, they meaning Rashan Mosh, and I'm not quite sure it is. It is a penalty kick. They say that Len Rennery made contact in the penalty area to Dennis Tuart, and I think Dennis Tuart took one of the all-time great dives. And this referee, Marjan Rosh, can really be fooled or influenced by the noise of the crowd, but nonetheless, it'll be Giorgio Canaglia taking the kick.
Here's the shot, and he has just scored his 24th goal of the year, Giorgio Canaglia.
There's the replay of the penalty kick. Giorgio Canaglia with that cannon right foot of his. And Jackson just got a guess on it, because you got about a 90% chance of success on a penalty kick, 10% chance of guessing right and maybe blocking it.
So with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in the first half, the Cosmos take the lead 1-0 on the penalty kick on a very questionable call.
Very questionable indeed.
No question about the penalty kick. That was very clean. And Canaglia, the league's leading scorer, picking up his 24th goal of the year. As the Surf trying to come back now, but here comes Beckenbauer leading the charge for the Cosmos. Gets it ahead to Bogachevich. Bogachevich takes a shot, and Jackson pulls this one in. You know, the Cosmos have 5 players in the National Conference's top 10 scorers, including Canaglia, who is the league's leader, going into the game with 57 points. He's now got 59. We have 7 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in the first half as Bob O'Leary brings the ball up for the Surf. Playing it over to Evans. Evans on the right side. Here's his cross. Brand, it's over his head. Steve David takes the shot, and it is knocked out of there in an incredible play by Giuseppe Wilson. Absolutely a magnificent ball by Wilson, is up into the air and over the top of Danny Counts as Ray Evans takes a shot and it hits Carlos Alberto right in the face.
Once again, they're calling a foul on the California Surf inside. Danny Counts making contact as he went in the air against the goalkeeper, Jack Brand. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, the soft drink that adds life to soccer.
The big cheer in the background, the public address announcement of Canalia's 24th goal of the year. He now has one more goal than Steve David had last year when he led the league.
That's correct, and he has 59 points to lead all scorers in all conferences, everybody in the North American Soccer League.
No, Steve had 26 last year, didn't he?
He had 26, 58 total points. Canalia now has 59 points. That goal, by the way, by Canalia was officially recorded at the 36-46 mark of this contest. A penalty kick on a very questionable call.
Bogachevich trying to get over to Canalia. Canalia knocks home his 25th goal. Giorgio Canalia has scored again.
I don't know. Wait, everything. Hold everything. I believe that they're calling no goal on the play. Offsides, Canalia.
That's it. Exactly right, Dick. A good break that time for the Surf.
Yeah, they just had a bad break. That was a very fortunate break there. The Surf is playing very, very hard. They're marking up this high-scoring Cosmo team excellent, and they are really doing a fine job of moving all over the field. Their work rate is incredible, but boy, when you face a team with the guns that this club's got and the outstanding individuals and the great skill and talent, you're in for a hard night's work, really. John Jackson will tell you right now.
This is Cuenca over to Steve David. Steve David still with the ball, has it tackled away by Carlos Alberto, and I think Alberto came down on his knee there a little bit hard. As Peter Wall trying to get over to Ray Evans. Instead, it's Beckenbauer that picks it up and then sends across over to Terry Garbett. Garbett lets Stewart take the ball forward now as he comes to the Surf 35-yard line. Gets by three players. Over to Canalia. Canalia back to Stewart, who shoots. And John Jackson makes another save. Great teamwork there by the Cosmos.
They got a lot of open area, and they really run for the space. Here comes Canalia.
He's got Stewart with him. Takes a shot, and this one is wide of its mark, and we've got a goal kick coming up. So with the score, the Cosmos won in the Surf. Nothing more soccer action after this.
Hey, the sun's gonna shine all day. Don't run too fast, you can come in last, cause the sun's gonna shine all day. Hey, did you hear what the weatherman say? It's time for a coat, it ain't no joke. The sun's gonna shine all day. Coca-Cola, when the midday sun takes over. Coke gets life, and everybody wants a little light. The sun's gonna shine all day.
Volkswagen's proud that the VW bus is the official team bus of the California Surf. And your participating Volkswagen dealer is a big booster of California Surf soccer. Come on into his VW showroom and learn all about his soccer clinics and California Surf Stars autograph sessions. He'll show you soccer films and give you a free pro soccer guide. Visit your Volkswagen dealer where it's go, Surf, go!
Enter the Volkswagen shootout at these participating dealers and win a 1978 Rabbit.
As we rejoin the action now, the Cosmos have a throw in right in front of the Surf bench over there. John Sewell standing behind the bench. You can see him in the beige sport coat. Coming back this time to Wilson. Wilson over to Hunt. Formoso overlapping on the left side. Hunt's cross coming in, trying to get it into Canalia. Instead, it's Malcolm Lord that steals it. He plays it over to Joey Clark on the left side. Here comes Joe upfield now for the California Surf. They trail 1-0 on a penalty kick by Giorgio Canalia. Long ball played upfield for Danny Counts. Alberto and a beautiful scissor kick up into the air. Now Cuenca. Manuel Cuenca leaves it there for Al Trost, but it's Bob O'Leary. O'Leary to Counts. Counts from the left side now. Drops it off to O'Leary. O'Leary chips it into the penalty box, and Giuseppe Wilson heads it right back out again. Then Beckenbauer, stealing it away from Cuenca, plays it back to Alberto. Alberto up to Bogacevic. Bogey playing to Formoso. His long tresses flying in the night air here at Giant Stadium. To Hunt. Play on, says the referee. Steve Hunt and Peter Wall battling for that ball. Peter Wall gets in there to shield it, and it goes over the end line. Let's see, is it a goal kick? Yes. Goal kick. John Jackson, there he is. The big guy coming into this game with a 1.60 goals against average. 6'2", 188 pounds. He's 35 years old. Here's Steve David taking a run. But Wilson heads the ball back into the middle, right to Malcolm Lord. Over to Counts, back to Lord. But again, it is Wilson that gets there first and lets the ball go over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick coming up. I think he may have called offside and gave him the free kick on that. Wilson over to Formoso. Formoso leaving it there for Carlos Alberto. With just 27 seconds left in the half now. The Cosmos playing a little bit of slowdown. They may have one more attack. No, Beckenbauer back over to Bogacevic. Bogey now chips it ahead for Alberto, who's overlapped. Then feeding it into Canaglia. Canaglia and Rennery going after it. Canaglia can't get to it, and out of bounds it goes over the goal line. It's a goal kick coming up for the Surf. But there's the whistle, and that is the end of the first half with the score. The Cosmos 1 and the California Surf nothing. We'll be back for halftime after this.
Looky there, little fella. Begin with an itty-bitty can of Budweiser.
Ah, yes, it's straight from the horse's mouth. But seriously, folks, we call it the Bud Half Pint. It's 8 easy-tasting ounces of the king of beers. It's perfect when you want a lot of quality, a little at a time. When you say Bud Half Pint, you've said it all.
Wrong, Eduardo. You've said it short.
How come I'm always the straight man?
Shep Messing for smokeless tobacco.
I love soccer. And I love tobacco. But I don't light up. I get my tobacco pleasure the smokeless way. And so can you. With mild, easy-to-use Happy Days. It's a smokeless tobacco with a great fresh mint flavor. Just a little pinch between your cheek and gum is all it takes. The best part of going smokeless? It's really relaxing. Try some.
What? Tug McGraw out of shape? They're nuts. I'm tough as nails.
They mean Schick Shape, Tug. Schick Shape.
Get clean, get close, get comfort too. Get your face in Schick Shape.
Only Schick's Super 2 twin blades are Schick Sharp for incredibly close, clean shave.
Great shape, Tug.
That's Schick Shape.
That's Schick Super 2.
A few million years ago, the locals went into hiding and started a new game called hide and seek. Chevron's job is to find them.
Bottom floor, fossil fuels.
We've always got our ear to the ground for oil. Sometimes we're up in the air about where to look. Point is, oil's getting harder to find. So, here at home, we've got to be able to keep seeking wherever they're hiding.
Down here on the field, we have Coach John Sewell, and first thing I want to ask you, John, what's going on out there? There's some questionable calls.
Well, you know, we're playing, I know at the Cosmos, but when you got to play against 12 men, it's hard, you know. The referee's definitely on their bloody side, and I must say, you know, I'm really hacked off that the decisions, they haven't given us anything, and I think, you know, the game has got to be fair, you know. If they've got more skill than us, that's great, but I mean, when they've got an extra man, that's totally unfair, and I'm really hacked off at the officiating.
John, we feel the same way. We feel that the work rate of the California Surf has been tremendous out there. These lads are really up for this game. They're trying very hard, and it's obvious some of the calls have gone the other way. Let's get to your attack now. Are you pleased or displeased with the way you're moving the ball into their area?
Well, you know, we've still been a little bit slow. Some of the passes are going astray, but we've created several good chances. You know, down at the other end, Jacko's playing well. The defense is playing well. And, you know, I think up to that point, 0-0, we were in with a great chance. But you know, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. Now we've got to take more chances than we normally would if it was 0-0. But, you know, I'm very pleased with the way the players are playing, and, you know, we're as good as them. We just need to get a goal, and we'll be in good shape.
I think the physical aspect of the game, although I hope it doesn't get out of hand, I think that your lads are really taking it to the Cosmos.
Oh, no, I mean, it's a very fair game. It could get out of hand if the referee, if he doesn't do his job, but he's not contributing anything to the game at the moment.
Okay, John, I know you want to get in. It's a very important necessity to get in and talk to your ball club. We'll just wish you a lot of luck in that second half. Come back with another goal.
Good. Thanks so much indeed, Dick.
Okay, our halftime will continue here from Giant Stadium with this very special feature.
It's time now for the NASL Goal of the Week, brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. Each week, Budweiser presents the Goal of the Week, selected by Paul Gardner, editor of Soccer Express magazine, from the past week's NASL action.
This is Paul Gardner. This week it's over to Memphis and the Liberty Bowl, where the Rogues take on the New York Cosmos.
Right, pick up the Rogues now to the Cosmo 35. A good run now. Here's the cross. Yassin punches it out. Tony Field, goal!
What a goal there for Tony Field. Of all people, a former Cosmos player scoring against his own team. The crowd, of course, absolutely delighted with that. All began with this long run, must have been 50 yards by David Stride, outpacing Vito Dimitrievich, stumbling a bit, recovering, hooking a left foot cross across the goal area. Now here comes Yassin, the goalkeeper, under pressure from a Memphis forward, and he does the wrong thing. Instead of punching it clear, he pats it down right in the area. There's Tony Field, cool as a cucumber, left foot volley, right through everybody, into the net. What delight that must be for Tony Field. There he is. He doesn't look too happy, but I can assure you he is.
And the final score, the Memphis Rogues 1, the New York Cosmos nothing. Watch next week for the NASL Goal of the Week, selected from NASL action, and brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers.
I'm starved, Mr. McAllister.
Burger's ready, Howard. Have another bottle of Coke?
How come it's always Coke, Mr. McAllister?
Cause, Howard, most folks I know like their cola lighter, especially with a burger.
Coke is lighter than the Challenger?
I've known it for years. Ounce for ounce, Coke's got 5% less calories than the Challenger, and a lot of folks think lighter is more refreshing.
I never knew about the calories.
Howard, the more you know about Coca-Cola, the better it tastes.
When it comes to station wagons and you want to carry the most for the least, it's more fun to take the bus. The 78 Volkswagen bus. It may be the most versatile family vehicle ever. The bus fits comfortably around your big family. And whatever you want to carry. It has a big sliding door and a spirited 2-liter engine. So have some fun and take the bus. You can carry a load for a song.
Hi, I'm Al Trost. There's nothing more thrilling for the whole family than the heart-pounding excitement of soccer as played by the California Surf. And your Orange County Safeway store has an incredible bargain for you. $3 general admission ticket to 2 top surf games each month for only $1. That's right. You'll get to see some of the world's best soccer for only $1. Stop at your Orange County Safeway store tomorrow. Here's the Safeway game of the month.
For only $1, see the Surf play Fort Lauderdale on Wednesday, July 12th.
The old-time Star Hamburger. It's new, new, new. Take a bite, start to savor. The brand new Star with old-time flavor. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. Charbroiled beef taste coming through. Ketchup, mustard, onions too. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. At Carl's Jr. you've got taste.
KHJ TV Channel 9, Los Angeles.
When the California Surf finishes its longest road
Through ketchup, mustard, onions too. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. At Carl's Jr. you've got taste.
KHJ TV Channel 9, Los Angeles.
When the California Surf finishes its longest road trip of the season, 4 games, they'll return to the Big A for 4 more games, which we might call the run for the playoffs by the California Surf. And they have some very exciting promotions coming up during that period, particularly starting on July the 12th. And we have with us the general manager of the California Surf, Paul Dees. And Paul, what's happening on the 12th?
Well, you know, Gil, all the kids are registering for youth soccer for the coming season in Southern California. And last year we heard that the number was 100,000 in Southern California. This year it's going to be well in excess of that. And we thought that, you know, since that's our future, that's the future of the North American Soccer League for sure, that what we wanted to do was to put together something that would say, hey, you know, we're with you and come out and see professional soccer. And along that time, you know, about that time came one of our great supporters of soccer, really, is Warehouse Records, and that may surprise some people, but they are really into this thing. And they said, hey, well, what can we do to help? And I said, well, we're going to have a night for the kids on July the 12th, and maybe you guys can sponsor it.
Right.
And so that's how the thing worked out. And some of you might talk to Jim and Mitch about that and introduce them and tell the people what Warehouse and the youth soccer thing's all about.
Right. Well, let's meet Mitch Perlitz and Jim Kolitz, the officers of Warehouse. And Jim, first of all, how did you become involved in this?
Well, I got involved when Mitch dragged me out to a game. And I kind of got caught up in the excitement of it, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, how's it going to work now? How's it going to work?
It's very simple. We have in our stores coupons good for free admission at the July 12th Youth Soccer Night game.
And that's also against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, I mean, one of the heavyweight teams in the NASL.
Right.
Okay, and what do they do? Then they come into the Warehouse store
pick
and
up the
pick them up.
coupon and take the coupon to the gate number 1. Is that correct? Gate number 1?
Right, that's right.
And they'll receive a $3 ticket, absolutely free. Or they can upgrade it to a more expensive ticket if they want.
In other words, it's like worth $3 in cash then at the Big A.
Just about.
Mitch, what's your involvement in soccer?
Well, you know, I've always been a sports freak, and there's two parks right near the house. And it used to be kids, when I was a kid, I used to play baseball or football. And now it seems like everybody's playing soccer. So I got interested, and I've been following it a little bit, and I dragged Jimmy along with me, and really got excited. A lot more excited than I thought I would.
There's something about this sport that's really infectious. You just really kind of get with it.
Oh, definitely.
It's an easy game to follow. It's an easy game to learn, and you do find yourself swept up, I think, in the excitement.
Definitely.
And speaking of excitement, you also have more excitement coming up on the 22nd of July.
Well, that's our next home game after the 12th, and of course that's Warehouse's Big Spectacular, and we're not going to tell them what that is now. They're going to have to listen to the radio or look at the papers, but it's going to be a bonanza.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to it. And gentlemen, thanks so much for being with us, and keep rooting for the Surf, and we'll see you out there on the 12th against Fort Lauderdale. And for the kids, just drop into any Warehouse record shop and pick up your free ticket to the July 12th game.
When do you say Budweiser?
After we find 1 more mile an hour.
When do you say Budweiser?
Right now, or any time that's right for a cold beer is perfect for the smooth taste of the king of beers, Budweiser.
When you say Budweiser,
Here's to you, gentlemen.
you said it all.
You finally met your heart's desire. Problem is your mouth is tired.
Brush your breath, brush your breath, brush your breath with Dentine.
Your hair's a dream, your dress divine, but your breath could frighten Frankenstein.
Brush your breath, brush your breath, brush your breath with Dentine.
Tingly, snappy Dentine. While you chew Dentine, your breath is mouthwash fresh.
You're just jogging down the street, but you never know who you might meet.
Brush your breath, brush your breath, brush your breath with Dentine.
Chevron's in-depth experience yields more than oil. It provides fountains of knowledge to help Chevron develop other energy sources, to learn how to convert coal to gas and liquid fuel, squeeze oil out of shale, harness steam, and look into new rays of hope, helping replenish the nation's energy reservoirs. That, too, is the Chevron way.
Come on, Jack. Jack.
More money, more prizes, more fun than ever. That's Bowling for Dollars every weeknight at 7 here on Channel 9. When Chick Hearn hosts and the neighbors bowl for TV sets, cars, and big cash prizes for themselves and their home pin pal partners. And you can win big, too. Be sure to watch Bowling for Dollars weeknights at 7 here on Channel 9.
Here they are, the Wallers. $580 jackpot. He got 2 new color television sets.
We're back here in the Meadowlands where the score is 1-0 in favor of the Cosmos. The only score coming on a penalty kick by Giorgio Canaglia. We have the official halftime statistics in the matter of saves. John Jackson of the California Surf has made 7, and for the Cosmos, Brand has made 1.
Looking at the shooting stats in the first half, the Cosmos have shot at Johnny Jackson 16 times. On the other hand, Jack Brand has had the Surf shoot at him 5 times. Leading shooter in the game for the California Surf, Steve David, with 2 shots. Corner kicks, it's 5-2 for the Cosmos. And in fouls in the game, it's 13-2. Now, I'm going to take this point to say that we're not, and it's not our position to get on the referees or anything. All we want to do is report honestly. You heard Coach John Sewell at halftime. The fouls, once again, the California Surf 13, the New York Cosmos, or Cosmos as they're called, 2. Offsides, the Surf has been called for 5 offsides. The Cosmos offsides 3 times, all Giorgio Canaglia. And once again, with our halftime score 1-0 here, the only score in the game, the penalty kick by Giorgio Canaglia. That was his 24th goal of the year. And of course, our next home game coming up at the Big A in Anaheim will be on the 12th of July when the Fort Lauderdale Strikers with Georgie Best, you know old Georgie, controversial Georgie, in his new home in Fort Lauderdale will be coming to town. So we look forward to having all of you Surf fans back out at the Big A on the 12th of July when the Strikers come to town. And we got some other home games. We might as well go right down the list, Gil.
Right, on July 22nd, the Detroit Express. On July the 26th, the Oakland Stompers with Shep Messing will be at the Big A. And the final home game of the regular season, the San Jose Earthquakes will visit the Big A on July 30th. Now, tickets for all of those games can be purchased at all Ticketron outlets, participating 7-Eleven stores, local Surf booster stations, and the Surf ticket office at Anaheim Stadium from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. So we hope we'll see you out of the Big A in person when the Surf returns home. And we'll be back with the second half kickoff after this.
When are you going to get with it, Mr. McAllister?
With it how, Stanley?
You know, merchandise, expand.
Sell something besides Coke.
Sooner somebody makes something better.
Better how, Mr. McAllister?
Well, when it comes to real refreshment, most folks I know like their cola lighter.
Coke is lighter than the Challenger?
Yep, ounce for ounce, Coke's got 5% less calories than the Challenger, and a lot of folks think lighter is more refreshing.
Never knew about the calories.
Sue, the more you know about Coca-Cola, the better it tastes.
My dad's smarter than yours. He bought a new Toyota Celica liftback. He says it's built from the inside out. Wow! The space is astounding, and the practicality is ingenious. But my dad really bought it because it was the best-looking car on the block. If you can find a better-built small car than Toyota, inside or out, buy it. You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
The California Surf players coming back onto the field, as you can see right in the center of your screen there in their Surf blue. And the Cosmos have not reappeared yet for the second half. Coach John Sewell standing down at the entrance of the tunnel and talking to the linesman down there. So,
here comes John back of the goal as he walks out. I think John stopped to have a few more words, as he did when he first came off the field at the end of halftime. Just before he came on camera with us, John had a few words with referee Marjan Ross. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is sponsored in part by Volkswagen. Volkswagen, the official team bus of the California Surf.
you know, before the game, we were talking to Malcolm Lord of the Surf and asked him if there's anything added to be playing the highly publicized Cosmos in this particular kind of an atmosphere. And here they come.
I've really enjoyed the season so far. I just wish we'd won more games. But it's really great to come over here to New York and play against the Cosmos, who now are getting the reputation of being one of the best sides in the world. I'm really looking forward to the game, and I hope we can get a good result.
Okay, there's Malcolm Lord, and the Cosmos are back onto the playing field. We've still got 45 minutes of action left to play. Might point out that the weather back here in New York has been absolutely beautiful while the team has been here, moving in from Chicago last Thursday. The humidity has been low, the temperature has not been too high, and some clouds have moved in tonight. It was 68 degrees at the start of the ball game with a prediction of rain. However, we have not had a drop of the wet stuff as yet. The California Surf getting ready to kick off to start the second half as we look at Bob O'Leary, number 5 there, along with Manuel Cuenca, number 7, in the center circle.
You know, a 14-day road trip with this California Surf is presently on goes without, it seems a road trip never goes without incidents. A couple of things have happened on this road trip as they get ready to kick off and do so. Thursday night in the hotel, they had a fire alarm. It proved to be false, but a little shaking to the California Surf players. Also, Friday night at dinner, because of poor service in the hotel, Terry White had to serve as a waiter or waitress, if you will. He served coffee.
Ball going out of bounds on the near side. Moraes throwing it in over to Alberto. Alberto heads it right back to Moraes. Moraes to number 17, Rick Davis, who is now in the game for the Cosmos. That is the first substitution that we have checked on. Dennis Tewart, and a yellow card for Malcolm Lord. Free kick taken by the Cosmos, and Malcolm Lord got I think it's what he said that time more than anything else.
Exactly.
Tewart leaving the ball for Beckenbauer, and there comes Tewart in right over the top of Jackson, but Jackson gathers it in. A courageous play by the California Surf goalie.
You can take another look at it. That's Dennis Tewart, the high-scoring Englishman from Manchester City. Let's fly. But right off the top of his shoelaces, Johnny Jackson takes it off. Great play by Jacko.
And Len Rennery bringing the ball upfield now over to Ray Evans. Evans serves a long ball down the right wing side for Danny Counts. And the flag is up, indicating offside against the Surf. Played over to Moraes. Moraes now to Davis. Rick Davis, a Californian, played at Santa Clara. 5'8", 155 pounds, 20 years old. You know, this Cosmo dynasty might go on forever. Some of these fine young players they have.
They have a reserve team that is just absolutely chock full of fine American players.
Beckenbauer up to Hunt. Hunt shielding the ball, trying to get by Cuenca. Played back to Formoso. Formoso to Wilson. Wilson starts a run. Comes across the 35, still with the ball, tackled away by Bobby O'Leary. O'Leary to Dan Counts. Counts onto the right side. Moraes intercepts this ball. Trying to get it ahead to Tewart. And Tewart is taken down. And the referee going over asking something of the linesman. And I think here's another look at that foul.
You can see the ball there as Dennis Tewart is in front of Joey Clark. Now he goes down. Joe goes over the top of him. The whistle blew.
Carlos Alberto now coming right in, point blank, takes a shot, and Jackson again makes a save. Oh, John Jackson has come up with 2 sparkling saves here in about the last minute.
And as we take another look at the work by Jacko, this is just absolutely amazing. Look at the anticipation of Jackson. He cut that angle down superbly.
Dennis Tewart now brings the ball up again for the Cosmos. Trying to get it over to Giorgio Canaglia, but instead sends it over the end line, and that'll be a goal kick coming up for the Surf.
You know, the New York Cosmos, or the Cosmos, I keep wanting to call them New York because originally they were the New York Cosmos. Now they refer to themselves as the Cosmos only. Have scored 26 goals on the season in the first half of play, 35 in the second. Yet to listen to some of their supporters around here, they indicate that the Cosmos kind of run out of gas in the second half. Well, not as the stats indicate. 35 goals in the second half to their opponent's 21.
Ball into the penalty box. Malcolm Lord trying to bring it in still further over to Steve David. Steve David has it tackled away by Wilson. Wilson sends it out to midfield to O'Leary. O'Leary back to Peter Wall. Peter Wall marked there by Hunt. So he passes on to the right wing side over to O'Leary. O'Leary to Lord. Lord tries to get the through ball there, but it's intercepted instead by Formoso. And then kicked back in by Peter Wall to Bogachevich. Bogachevich to Wilson. Wilson in the first half made the defensive play of the game, undoubtedly, when he saved a sure goal on a bicycle kick right in the mouth of the goal. Ray Evans into the penalty box for Steve David, and Moraes kicks the ball over the end line. And it'll be a goal, or rather a corner kick coming up for the serve. Manuel Cuenca going into the far corner. David, Counts, Trost all in the penalty box. Here's the outswinger headed out by Alberto. Hunt puts it on the ground with the header. And here comes Stewart up the field. And this brings the crowd to their feet. Dennis Stewart's cross for Canaglia. Canaglia heads it right at Jackson. And Jocko makes another one. Another fine save by John Jackson in the nets tonight for the California Surf. Dave Jokerst could have played, but he has been a little bit under the weather with a cold. Danny Counts has a tackle by Wilson, and a direct free kick has been awarded.
It's very hard to read the referee's signs. There are certainly a set of signs in soccer for the referee to give to all concerned, just like there is in football, basketball, and baseball. However, this gentleman out here tonight does more verbal talking to the players on the field and kind of stays away from the signals itself. That was evidently a free kick to the Cosmos. That's what took place anyway.
Alberto sending it upfield, trying to get it to Wilson. Danny Counts instead gets it to O'Leary. Back to Counts. Counts onto the left side to Al Trost. Trost trying to get it under control to Lord. Lord sends it through to Counts. Then trying to get it over to Al Trost, but the ball was knocked out of bounds, and Al will now throw it in for the serve.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is sponsored in part by Toyota, the official car of the California Surf. You asked for it, you got it. Toyota.
Ray Evans across the 35. Sends it into the box, trying to get it to Steve David. Up into the air. Brand was out of the goal and off the line momentarily as we have a foot race now going on with Len Rennery to throw it in for the Surf. Throws it into O'Leary. O'Leary marked closely by Canaglia, so he passes into the middle to Malcolm Lord. Lord sends it on the left wing over to Cuenca. Cuenca's shot blocked by Hunt. Cuenca gets by Hunt. Cuenca still with the ball. Now Malcolm Lord winds up, takes a shot. It goes over the top of the goal, and we've got a goal kick. So with the score, the Cosmos 1 and the Surf nothing. We'll have more soccer action after this.
When do you say Budweiser?
After doing this about 3,000 times a day. After a hard tennis match with my friend Ron. As soon as I knock this ball out of the park.
When do you say Budweiser?
It's everywhere.
When my mother-in-law leaves town. After a long night in here.
Or when you say Budweiser.
Let me hear you say it, people.
Budweiser. You have said it all.
I want to return these certs. They're all covered with specks, see?
Those aren't specks. They're the flavor crystals in new flavor formula certs. Try one.
Oh.
And certs gives you 30-minute breath protection. The candy may be gone in 5 minutes, but certs with Retsin keeps on freshening your breath even after 30 minutes. And that's time enough to get better acquainted.
New flavor formula certs. 2 mints in 1. It keeps on working even after 30 minutes.
All right, a free kick has just been taken by the Cosmos, a pushing foul against Steve David of the Surf at midfield. Carlos Alberto playing it over to Beckenbauer now. Beckenbauer marked by Danny Counts. Back to Wilson. Here comes Giuseppe. He plays with Lazio of Italy.
They call him Pino.
Formoso. Back to Wilson. Wilson sending nice ball to Nelson Moraes. Moraes to Tuart. Back to Moraes. Tuart starts a run. Here's the pass to him, but it's headed out of there by the Surf. Good play by Joe Clark, Peter Wall. Moraes takes a shot, blocked by Al Trost. Back to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer marked there by O'Leary. The Kaiser still dribbling that ball beautifully. Now Counts intercepts, gets it to Steve David. Steve David starts his run. He's got nobody there to pass it to, but he's going to keep it in bounds if he possibly can. He can't do it. It goes out of bounds, and there's the flag raised by the linesman on the near side.
There's a difference between artificial surface and the grass. Steve David likes to push that ball out in front of him so he can use his exceptional speed. And when that ball comes off his foot on artificial surface, it just rolls out in front too far away. If that had been on grass, Steve would have been able to control it a little bit better.
Ray Evans winning that ball, getting it to Manuel Cuenca. Here's Cuenca coming down. Sends a long ball into the penalty area, and Brand comes running over to pull that one in. Beckenbauer again.
Terry Garbutt, who was taken out of the game in the second half and replaced by Rick Davis.
Canaglia trying to work his way around Peter Wall that time, and it's going to result in a corner kick for the Cosmos.
Garbutt was taken out because of a pulled muscle in his leg.
Replaced by Rick Davis, number 17.
Only substitution of the contest so far.
Comes out to Hunt. Hunt in the penalty box, winding up, taking a shot, and goes over the top of the crossbar. Goal kick coming up for the California Surf.
Wow, that was close. That was a very dangerous situation as they let Steve Hunt run on the ball in the penalty area, and he had space, and he was isolated momentarily against John Jackson. Jackson setting up now for his goal kick as a result of the ball going off the attacker and over the end line.
Remember, the tickets for any of the 4 remaining Surf home games this season can be purchased at all Ticketron outlets, participating 7-Eleven stores, the local Surf booster stations, and the Surf ticket office at Anaheim Stadium from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. So get down to the Big A tomorrow and pick up your tickets for the July 12th game against George Best and the Fort Lauderdale Strikers.
You know, Gil, with the remaining 4 games, 2 are divisional play, the Oakland Stompers and the San Jose Earthquakes, but all 4 are very important contests as the Surf battle for a playoff spot in the second season.
Al Trost takes a shot. It's wide of the near post. And a goal kick coming up for the Cosmos. We'll have more soccer action after this.
What do you want for graduation? A car?
Uh-huh.
What I want is a really smart truck.
You asked for it. A 78 Toyota SR5 long bed sport truck. It's smart any way you look at it. Out back, a bed as big as a stage, 7 long feet. Inside, a cab like a pad with wall-to-wall room. And looks, Toyota's at the head of any class. If you can find a better built truck than Toyota, buy it.
You asked for it, you got it, Toyota.
Today's lesson is about another way to save, and Safeway has it. It's the Catalog Center. A quick, easy way to order nationally known appliances by General Electric, Kodak, Gillette, and more at a savings. There are 18 to choose from every month. It's easy. Fill out the order blank, and your items will be delivered promptly to your Safeway store. Look for the Catalog Center. It's another way to save at Safeway. Use your MasterCharge or Visa card.
Back to the live action now here at Giant Stadium, where the Cosmos lead the Surf 1-0. Carlos Alberto with the ball at midfield, playing it over to Moraes. Nelsie sends it into the penalty box to Bogusevic, who gets a shot away. Boy, I tell you what, that was an incredible shot.
You can just see out of all these players the Cosmos have, they have just tremendous talent. And let's take a look at what Bogusevic, they call him Bogey, can do. Traps the ball on his chest. Rennery behind him, has him marked up, turns and wheels. And it was toward the goal. We have a corner kick from the attacking right corner now for the Cosmos. It's Stevie Hunt to take it.
Comes into the middle and knocked out there by Malcolm Lord, out to Moraes. Moraes crossing it over for Formoso. Formoso wins this ball in the air, but Peter Wall gets it down and then sends it ahead to Manuel Cuenca on the right wing side. Cuenca feeding it ahead this time to Danny Counts. Danny Counts, he's got Steve David and Malcolm Lord way on the left wing if anybody sees him. Out to Counts. Counts marked there by Carlos Alberto. And Alberto staying with him. Boy, I tell you, he's all over him. Into Ray Evans. Ray Evans going into the penalty areas. It's kicked up into the stands, and it'll be a throw in by Al Trost in the Surf.
The only difference in this game, of course, that penalty kick by Quinaglia in the first half of play. It's a 1-0 ball game. The Surf playing these Cosmos tough out here tonight at Giant Stadium.
Al Trost, who can really throw these long throw-ins, get it well into the penalty area, gets it up in the air and right at Brand, and Brand.
Now the Cosmos are claiming that Malcolm Lord ran into their keeper just a few minutes ago, I should say, in the first half. You remember seeing that replay of Jack Brand leveling Al Trost when he had the ball.
Davis now bringing the ball up for the Cosmos, passing over to Formoso. Formoso in the middle to Bogusevic. Bogusevic now into Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer, the quarterback of this Cosmos aggregation, has the ball again. Tries to get a through ball to Canaglia. It's intercepted by Bob O'Leary. O'Leary to Malcolm Lord. Malcolm Lord, and the Surf has 3 men streaking downfield. Steve David in the middle. He plays it onto the right side to Trost. Al Trost across the 35. Leaves it there for David. David tries to pass it in, but it is intercepted by Bogachevich. Over to Formoso, and Formoso to Davis. Rick Davis onto the right wing to Stevie Hunt. Now here come the Cosmos with their counterattack coming back up the field. Hunt to Canaglia, a little give and go, but a little pass. Hunt, he couldn't quite handle that one. Picked up by Malcolm Lord now for the Surf, and here comes the Surf back upfield. Referee says play on. Al Trost and Malcolm Lord arguing with the referee, but the play goes on, and it goes to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer just outside of the penalty D, sends it into the penalty area now to Bogachevich, who takes a shot and kicks it up into the stands. He gets 3 points for that. So with the score, the Cosmos 1 and the Surf nothing. We'll have more soccer action after this.
The day is done.
Chilly tonight. Looking good.
To let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Welcome home.
So just say, bud.
Say bud.
And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself.
Hey, thanks.
How'd it go today?
So far, so good.
Nothing but a...
Gunsmoke, the longest-running television series of all time with your favorite stars, can now be seen weeknights at 6 here on Channel 9. Matt Dillon, Miss Kitty, Doc Adams, plus a different celebrity guest every night. Western excitement at its very best. Gunsmoke, weeknights at 6 here on Channel 9.
Dick Calvert, yours truly, Gil Stratton from Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, is Franz Beckenbauer bringing the ball upfield for the Cosmos. Up to Bogachevich in the center circle. Bogey playing it over to Steve Hunt on the left wing.
You can see a result of the free kick that was taken while we were out for a break there on the collision between Danny Counts and the defender for the Cosmos. Now we're back to live action.
Moraes now takes a shot blocked by Al Trost, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Cosmos. 27 minutes and 58 seconds left to play in the second half.
Don't forget
Formoso.
Excuse me, Gil. Go ahead.
Formoso with the ball now. Here's his cross. Coming all the way across to Moraes. Moraes sends it spinning into the box. Up into the air goes Tewart. And right at John Jackson, who makes the save.
Your local Coca-Cola bottler is happy to be bringing you exciting soccer with the California Serve. And we invite you to enjoy a refreshing ice-cold Coca-Cola right now. You know, Coke adds life to just about anything you do. And certainly soccer is no exception. Coca-Cola.
Joey Clark keeping the ball in bounds, and it's tackled away from there by Davis, who plays it over to Tewart. Dennis Tewart, number 7, playing it into the middle now to Beckenbauer, number 6. Beckenbauer ahead to Stevie Hunt. Hunt coming into the penalty box, takes the shot, and it is deflected away by Jackson.
Take another look at this, and once again, we point out the strength of the shooters of these Cosmos. This time, it's a young lad from England. He scored a goal last year in the Soccer Bowl, and he lets fly with the left foot, and Jacko, flying through the air, makes a marvelous save. Corner kick coming up to live action.
Steve David takes the corner and heads it out to harm's way, away from harm's way, I should say, but Moraes has it back right at the corner of the box, sending a long ball for Hunt, but this one is won in the air by Ray Evans. Evans to Danny Counts. Now Formoso has it right at the Surf 35-yard line, playing it to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer crosses it over to Moraes here on the right or near side. Moraes again with the cross, and again it is Ray Evans, this time out to Cuenca. Formoso knocks this one back in, it rebounds, and Cuenca gets this ball first. Danny Counts heading it down over on the far side to Ray Evans. And here comes the California Surf. The Surf is up. Plays it back to Cuenca. Cuenca cross, again headed out of there by Giuseppe Wilson. Down to Davis. Davis over to Beckenbauer. And here comes Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer to Bogachevich. Bogachevich and Beckenbauer. Back to Bogachevich. Bogachevich on the right side to Dennis Tewart. Dennis Stewart takes the shot, and again, John Jackson with great anticipation makes the save, and you can see Bogachevich draped himself right over the top of him.
We'll take another look at that shot. Bogachevich with a little pass over on the right side. And it's Dennis Stewart from Manchester City. Let's fly. Jacko makes the save. Bogachevich right on him.
Back to the live action now is Malcolm Lord passing over to the right side to Danny Counts. Danny Counts with the ball. He sends it into the penalty box to Trost. Over to O'Leary. O'Leary into the middle. It's volleyed out of there by Carlos Alberto. And out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in by the Surf.
You know, the Cosmos are a very patient offensive team, but when they explode, they absolutely explode.
So many times we have seen this year how late in the game they have had that late explosion and picked up 2 and 3 goals. Battle going on for it now. It's won by Beckenbauer with the ball. Canaglia. Giorgio plays it over to Dennis Stewart. Dennis Stewart over the halfway line. Has it tackled away by Bobby O'Leary, and a yellow card is given this time to Steve David. So that's the second yellow card handed out to the Surf tonight. Earlier, Malcolm Lord received one.
I believe they were for the same thing. I believe Steve David saying something to the referee. The referee didn't like what David was saying or couldn't understand him, won, and yellow card cautioned him.
David to Wall to Trost. Rick Davis, though, plays it back to Alberto, to Beckenbauer. That brings the crowd alive. Into Hunt. Hunt at the corner of the box there. Up into the air, and a beautiful reverse kick by Manuel Cuenca, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in.
You know, on the next home game on July 12th, when Fort Lauderdale comes in for a 7:30 kickoff, Warehouse Records and Tapes salute the youth soccer of Southern California. Every youth that has played soccer last year or is registered to play in 1978 can pick up a coupon at any Warehouse Record and Tape store. Good for a free general admission ticket. We'll see you on the 12th of July.
Bogachevich has a crossing ball into Carlos Alberto. Alberto feeds it ahead to Davis on the right wing side. Cosmos leading 1-0. The only score in the game coming on a penalty kick by Canaglia. We have 22 minutes and 59 seconds to play as Canaglia again takes a shot, and it just misses the goal by inches. I think it may have even just taken a piece of the post.
John Jackson got a little piece of that ball, too, as we'll have a corner kick coming up, and you can see the replay. Once again, it's Wilson, who is playing absolutely magic back there. There's Canaglia with a shot, and Jacko deflected across the mouth of the goal.
And off the corner kick, the Cosmos have scored. Bogachevich. It's 2-0. It is 2-0. So with the score of the Cosmos 2 and the Surf nothing, we'll have more soccer action after this.
Volkswagen's proud that the VW bus is the official team bus of the California Surf. And your participating Volkswagen dealer is a big booster of California Surf soccer. Come on into his VW showroom and learn all about his soccer clinics and California Surf Stars autograph sessions. He'll show you soccer films and give you a free pro soccer guide. Visit your Volkswagen dealer where it's go, Surf, go!
Enter the Volkswagen shootout at these participating dealers and win a 1978 Rabbit.
The old-time Star Hamburger. It's new, new, new. Take a bite, start to savor the brand new Star with old-time flavor. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. Charbroiled beef taste coming through. Ketchup, mustard, onions too. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. At Carl's Jr. you've got taste.
Rick Davis starts a run upfield, passing it into the middle to Beckenbauer. Now Beckenbauer across the 35-yard line. Beckenbauer at the top of the D, lets one fly, blocked by Malcolm Lord. Lord feeding it ahead to Al Trost. Al Trost being marked closely by Rick Davis. Over to Bob O'Leary, and then Steve Hunt comes in to steal it away. Into Beckenbauer. Cosmos scoring off of the corner kick. Bogachevich unofficially recording his 7th goal of the year. Here comes Malcolm Lord as the Surf coming back with a counterattack. Lead ball for Steve David. Steve David over on the far side. Wilson tackles it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for the Surf.
While we're waiting for that throw in, the Rochester Lancers, who absolutely annihilated the Oakland Stompers the other night, are leading Colorado by a score of 1-0. 5 minutes remaining in that contest. The only final in, San Diego has lost to the New England T-Men 6-0.
Len Rennery trying to get a through ball there, but taken by the Cosmos. Canaglia passing over to Hunt on the right side. Steve Hunt crossing the Surf 35-yard line, leaves it there for Bogacevic. Bogacevic to Alberto into the penalty area, and Jackson comes out to gather this one in and roll it out on the right side to Malcolm Lord.
It appears that John Sewell will be making a couple of substitutions, has certainly been his style in recent games. Both Steve Moyers and Anselmo Vicioso are warming up on the far sidelines.
Brand gathering that one in. The scoreboard, the animated scoreboard at either end, lighting up bogey, 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 and of course that's got the crowd going as it's played back to Jackson again.
Remaining home games at the Big A, of course, Saturday, July 22nd, the Detroit Express with their high-scoring aggregation come in, and their British star Trevor Francis. That'll be Warehouse Disco Night. And then on the 26th of July, it's the Oakland Stompers in divisional play, along with their outspoken tobacco-chewing goalkeeper, Shep Messing. And finally, on Sunday, July 30th, it'll be the San Jose Earthquake coming into the Big A at Anaheim. And we urge you to get all your tickets now. On that game of the 30th, it's Carl Jr. Fan Appreciation Night, the last regular home game during regulation season for the California Surf.
And tickets to all of those games can be purchased. Here come the Cosmos again. Tuart leading the charge down the left wing side, waiting for Canaglia to catch up with him. And Joey Clark comes in, knocks the ball over the goal line. That should be a corner kick for the Cosmos. The tickets for those 4 remaining Surf games at the Big A can be purchased at all Ticketron outlets, participating 7-Eleven stores, the local Surf booster stations, and the Surf ticket office at Anaheim Stadium, starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The cross comes out to Manuel Cuenca now. Cuenca trying to feint his way by Davis. Davis doesn't go for it. Takes a shot. Ricochets off of Davis, and so it's thrown in by Cuenca. Back over to Bob O'Leary. O'Leary getting it up to Steve David. David plays it back to Ray Evans. This is Al Trost with the ball now at midfield. He plays it onto the left wing side to awaiting Joe Clark. The counselor back to Steve David. Steve David to O'Leary. O'Leary to Danny Counts. Counts out to Ray Evans. Long ball taken and knocked over the goal line, and that's going to be a corner kick coming up for the Surf now.
On that last goal by the Cosmos, it was naturally scored by Vladislav Bogacevic. His 7th of the season. The assist was to Dennis Tuart at the time, 67-28. There you see Manny Cuenca down in the corner, set to make the corner.
Coming out in the middle and comes out to O'Leary. O'Leary chipping it up into the air. There's nobody even close to it for the Surf, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Formoso will throw it in. Before the game, we talked to Danny Counts, number 9, and asked him what it takes to beat a team like the Cosmos.
Well, I think the Cosmos, you know, you can't say that you look at them just like any other team, because you don't, but I think everybody's looking forward to playing against them, and it's one of those games that, you know, you wait kind of the whole season to play against them because they get so much notoriety and so much press and everything. So I think that we're going to be up for it, and I think we'll play one of our better games against them, and I think if we can stick some goals in, and I don't think we'll have any problems, and especially if we can get one early. I think that we can, our defense is pretty strong, and I think that we'll be able to get a little bit of control of the game, and I think we'll do well against them.
There you saw Danny Counts go out of the ball game. He has now been replaced by Steve Moyers, number 10.
Danny Counts, of course, still not playing 100%. Danny has been bothered by nagging injuries the last 4 or 5 ball games, and that hospital list, of course, with the California Surf continues to grow. Nothing really serious, but a lot of little nagging injuries. Danny given a rest by his coach, John Sewell, and the blonde bomber from St. Louis into the game now, Steve Moyers.
We have 15 minutes and 44 seconds left to play in the second half. The Cosmos leading by a score of 2-0.
Recapping that scoring, in the first half, it was a penalty kick on a questionable call. Kinalia getting the penalty and also converting it. And then Bogusevic scoring from Dennis Tuart from a corner kick just a few minutes ago in the second half. That's the two Cosmos score to date.
This is Bogusevic now with the ball, playing it over onto the left wing to Formoso. Formoso to Tuart. Tuart back to Bogusevic. Bogey to Wilson. Wilson back to Bogey. Back to Wilson. To Hunt. Steve Hunt with the ball for the Cosmos. Over to Bogusevic. Beckenbauer's right beside him there. Sends it into Canalia at the top of the D, and Canalia volleys one high over the crossbar. We've got a goal kick. So with the score, the Cosmos 2 and the Surf nothing. We'll have more soccer action after this.
You're not seeing double. It's just that 2 are better than 1. 2 of me? No, 2 6-packs of Budweiser. Ah, yes, it's Budweiser Pick-a-Pair time again, now through the 4th of July. The time when you and me will be going on picnics and having lots of people over. And you and me will need more Bud, so be ready. Look for this Pick-a-Pair display and take home 2 6-packs of easy-tasting Budweiser. It's the smart way to buy the king of beers. Take it from me.
Before it becomes profit, a lot of things eat into every crude and petroleum product sales dollar at Chevron. Acquiring oil takes a big bite. So does refining, delivering, paying expenses, plus Uncle. Last year, out of each dollar, Chevron was left with less than 4 3/4 cents profit. Part went to shareholders, the rest into new exploration, research, and a lot more. Putting profits back to work. That's the Chevron way.
Dick Calvert and yours truly, Gil Stratton, from Giant Stadium, as you see, in East Rutherford, New Jersey, on the Meadowlands. As the California Surf in the blue, playing it up from Runnery to Lord. Lord over to Ray Evans on the right side. Across the halfway line, sends it up, but Wilson is there for the header, winning the ball in the air. And stolen away momentarily by Hunt, but kicked away by Len Runnery, and up to Bobby O'Leary, to Lord, and back to Evans. Chris Dangerfield and Anselmo Vicioso standing up. They're going to be coming into this game for the Surf. The first opportunity they get as Al Trost plays it to Rennery. Here comes Rennery up the middle. Lets one fly, and Jack Brand goes down to pull it in.
We'll repeat the only final score we have in from games played around the league tonight. San Diego this afternoon was annihilated by the New England T-men by a score of 6-0, and you can see Lobo along with Chris Dangerfield and head coach John Sewell behind him, the very fine trainer Bruce Swart of the California Surf.
42,140 here tonight. By far the largest crowd the Surf has played before this year. And it would have been even more here had it not been the middle of a 4-day holiday.
42,140, certainly not the largest crowd in this magnificent stadium, but the Cosmos continue to amaze people around the United States and the soccer community by drawing fantastic crowds.
Played ahead for Steve David, and I believe it would be a handball.
Steve tried to pull a little deke on the referee there, but the linesman caught him. Steve tried to knock that ball down with his hand, tap it out in front. We'll take another look at that. You can see Steve's hand come out in just a moment here. There it is, as he tries to tap the ball down. I really don't think he touched it, but the referee did.
And Jackson comes way out to fist this one at the 18-yard line. Played ahead now, Rennery, sending it up to Manuel Cuenca. Cuenca leaves it there for Malcolm Lord. Malcolm Lord chips it into the penalty box for Steve Moyers. Moyers heads it, but he didn't have much steam on it. He was also offside at the time, so it's a free kick coming up for the Cosmos.
California Surf, in their attempt to attack on a more vigorous basis tonight, have been caught offsides on numerous occasions, especially in the first half.
There's a long ball for Bogusevic, but it's won by John Jackson. Bogey ending up in the net that time. Al Trost to Moyer, a little give and go, trying to get it back to Al, but intercepted by the Cosmos. Now Cuenca steals it away, but Formoso knocks it away from him to Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer doing some of his magic out there to dribble the ball around Al Trost, and now it's Steve Hunt. Steve Hunt right in the center circle with the ball to Alberto.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is sponsored in part by Volkswagen. Volkswagen, the official team bus of the California Surf.
And here comes the Surf back up the field now. Peter Wall leading the way with the ball.
And we certainly want to mention that Volkswagen America, very, very active in all the home contests of the California Surf with their halftime shootout.
This is the halfway mark in this 4-game road trip for the California Surf. They play next Tuesday night, the 4th of July, in Philadelphia against the Fury. That game will be on radio with Dave Green calling the action, starting at 5 p.m. Los Angeles time. And then we'll be back on the air on KHJ Channel 9 a week from today at 2 p.m. from New England, when the Surf winds up the road trip against the T-Men. We hope you'll join us in person at the Big A on July the 12th, when the Fort Lauderdale Strikers will be the opponents for the Surf's next home game. Don't forget, those tickets can be purchased at all Ticketron outlets, participating 7-Eleven stores, at the local Surf booster stations, and the Surf ticket offices at Anaheim Stadium.
4 big home games in July. July 12th, the 22nd, the 26th, and the 30th.
Beckenbauer over to Hunt. Hunt shoots and scores. Steve Hunt puts it away on a great pass from Beckenbauer. Steve Hunt scoring his 9th goal of the year.
We'll take another look. There's the Kaiser. Franz Beckenbauer, considered one of the best in the world. A little tap over to Stevie Hunt. Hunt gets through the penalty arc into the area. A left-footed shot away from Jackson as Jackson came out to cut off the angle. And it's 3-0 here at Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands. The Cosmos on the lead.
And Vicioso and Chris Dangerfield, El Lobo, reporting to the referee as they come on in place of Steve David and Manuel Cuenca. Clock still continuing to move and showing 8 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in the game. Len Rennery trying to get that ball, but Steve Hunt steals it away. Here comes Hunt. He just scored the 3rd goal, his 9th of the year. Hunt takes a shot, and it comes over to Tuart, and he misses the cripple. Dennis Tuart can't believe it. He cannot believe he missed it. So the score reads the Cosmos 3 and the Surf nothing, and we'll have more soccer action after this.
The old-time Star Hamburger. It's new, new, new. Take a bite, start to savor. The brand new Star with old-time flavor. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. Charbroiled beef taste coming through. Ketchup, mustard, onions too. You've got tasted Carl's Jr. now. At Carl's Jr. you've got taste.
Hi, I'm Al Trost. There's nothing more thrilling for the whole family than the heart-pounding excitement of soccer as played by the California Surf. And your Orange County Safeway store has an incredible bargain for you. $3 general admission ticket to 2 top Surf games each month for only $1. That's right. You'll get to see some of the world's best soccer for only $1. Stop at your Orange County Safeway store tomorrow. Here's the Safeway game of the month.
For only $1, see the Surf play Fort Lauderdale on Wednesday, July 12th.
Coming in.
Fred Gerguyev, number 18, is coming on. He is a United States citizen, played formerly for the New York Apollos. And he comes into the game as Franz Beckenbauer, going right straight to the dressing room, and he gets a nice roar as O'Leary sends it over into the middle to Evans, who takes a shot, and it's wide to the left of the goal.
Gerguyev, of course, off the New York Apollo team of the American Soccer League, his first year in the North American Soccer League. I guess Kaiser Franz, he gets a free pass to the dressing room if he's substituted for. Got an early date.
Bogachevich went down there, tripped over Al Trost, and a free kick has been awarded. They call it tripping or kicking, either one. He went down. And Nelsie Moraes has the ball, plays long ball up the middle, trying to get it to Gurguyev. But Joe Clark instead can't control it, and Joey laughing as he just knew that he had made a boo-boo there. Moraes throws it in, getting it into Gurguyev. Back to Moraes, and a free kick.
Referee just did a little dribbling off the knee and off his instep and knocked the ball out of bounds back to Joey Clark so that he could put it in play.
Clark playing it up to Malcolm Lord. Sir Malcolm now crosses the halfway line. To O'Leary. I don't say the Surf has much chance of winning this game, but they certainly have got to keep the attack going and pick up at least a goal or so they will not be blanked in points.
The goal is official at 81:05 with assist from Beckenbauer and Bogicevic.
That last goal by the Surf officially recorded at the 81:05 mark. It was Stevie Hunt from both Beckenbauer and Bogicevic. And as Gil reported, that was the 9th goal of the year for Stevie Hunt.
Down goes Davis, and a free kick has been awarded. Or it's a goal kick, actually. And Jackson plays it on to the far side, where Chris Dangerfield gets it up to Malcolm Lord. Malcolm Lord back to Peter Wall. To Ray Evans. Evans tries to get the through ball to El Lobo. Couldn't do it. Stolen away, and Bogicevic now has it. Bogicevic to Tuart. Tuart losing the ball to Peter Wall. Peter Wall chipping it ahead to Steve Moyer. Steve Moyer coming in, takes the shot, and scores! It is a goal for Stevie Moyers, who came into the ball game just moments ago, and Stevie Moyers has scored his 2nd goal of the year on a nice pass from Peter Wall.
There you see the blonde bomber, and that just goes to prove that the Surf are still out there fighting, and we'll take another look at it as Steve Moyers gets number 2 of the year. There's Stevie on the drive. All he has to do now is beat Brand, and that's exactly what he does as Brand comes out and Stevie let it rip with the left foot. A nice assist on the play to captain and assistant coach Peter Wall.
So after being shut out for 2 consecutive games, the Surf has broken the scoring ice, and maybe that will portend things to come. As they move along from Giant Stadium on Tuesday, they play in Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia against the Fury.
And by no means tonight have the California Surf been embarrassed here at the Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands. These Cosmos have scored 3 or more goals in a game on 12 different occasions so far this year.
Vicioso trying to get the ball around Wilson, but Wilson just takes it away from him like taking candy from a baby that time. Bogicevic and Al Trost making contact. Referee says play on. Gurguyev now bringing the ball up to the 35, leaves it for Stevie Hunt. Hunt coming through at the top of the D, lets one fly into the net, as Stevie Hunt has picked up his 2nd goal of the game.
Steve Hunt will get his 10th goal of the year as the young forward from Aston Villa lets it rip high up into the upper right-hand corner of the net. No chance for John Jackson.
And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, so often these Cosmos have exploded in the late going, and that's what they've done here. They picked up their 2nd goal at the 67th minute mark, and then another one at 81 minutes, and this one with just a little over 2 minutes left to play in the game.
They have a 16-3 record coming into tonight's contest with 61 goals, we repeat, for a total points of 140. And some of their scores this year have been ridiculous. 7-0 against Fort Lauderdale, 5-2 against Tampa. They've had a 5-1 win over Seattle, a 5-1 win over Toronto, a 6-1 win over Washington, and a 5-3 win once again over Fort Lauderdale, all formidable opponents. But no question about it, the Cosmos are a fantastic, talented soccer aggregation.
And the free kick given to the California Surf, played into Lord. Lord trying to pass it into the penalty box, intercepted by the Cosmos. Here's a 2-on-1 break. Tuart feeding it ahead to Canaglia. Back to Tuart, but it's back of him, and now the Surf defenders are back on position as Joey Clark and Dennis Stewart. Stewart trying to push him away from it. Get some help, and finally Chris Dangerfield knocks it out of the penalty box out to Davis. Davis still with the ball. And it comes out to Bogachevich. Bogachevich into the corner to Stevie Hunt. Stevie Hunt tries chipping it up in the air, and just a one-handed save by Jackson knocks it over the top of the goal as he makes 2 saves in a row. Absolute magic as Steve Hunt was trying for the hat trick.
An absolutely magnificent play by John Jackson. The little chip. Jackson pokes it away. The ball is loose. Number 18, that's Grigoriev. Shoots it back, and look at Jackson tap the ball over the top of the bar. They did call offsides on the play, and now back to live action with Bobby O'Leary in the center of the park.
Malcolm Lord chips it into the penalty box. Up into the air goes Moyer. His header was awry. And the ball is sent back out to midfield by Rick Davis.
And we've got a red card, and I can't understand that at all. I believe Al Trost has just been ejected by the referee, and once again, his name is Marjan Rouse, the Yugoslav. For some reason, out of nowhere, with the ball in play, live action in progress, Marjan Rouse blows his whistle and lays a red card on the California Comet, Al Trost.
That's a tough break, too, for Al, because that means that he is going to be suspended for a game.
And it'll be a home game, as this year the rules of the North American Soccer League state that if you are ejected from a contest, you must sit out the next home game. That means that Al Trost will not be able to play in the game against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers on July 12th, back at the Big A.
And there's the final whistle. It's all over, and the Cosmos have won their 23rd consecutive game here at Giant Stadium as they beat the California Surf by a score of 4-1. We'll see you a week from today from New England. Until then, on behalf of Dick Calvert, this is Gil Stratton saying so long from Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands.
Brought to you by the Coca-Cola Company and your local Coca-Cola bottle.